Alright, that's running. Looks like the connection is going. Hello, everyone! I need to blow my nose because I'm disgusting. And it's cold up here. In Minnesota. We got snow. We got snow here. Anyway, as many of you may or may not know, I have, well, not been very active due to poor internet. And my poor mood due to said internet. Oh, Skull and Hottie are here. Hi. Tacitus, how's it going? Call Dragoon. Ibongan. Welcome, everybody. Charlie Melville. Ava. Is it Ava or Eva? Like in the Wall-E movie. Anyways, glad to have everybody here. I finally got my internet working once again. Hey, CK. Capture moments as they happen. That's what a stream is for, you dum-dum. I don't know, I'm just messing with the settings here. But anyway, yeah, my internet was having issues for a bit, but we got it fixed up, so I'm back again. Guess who's back? It's me. Back again. Anyway, not much to talk about. Basically, all I've been up to is just playing a few games. Just trying to take it easy. Went to my uncle's funeral, which was it was nice to see everybody. We attempted to maintain social distance but with a family like ours, it's hard to maintain distance with that many people. But instead of shaking hands or hugging, we just did elbow bumps. That's the best we could do, and we all wore masks. We're trying our best to stay healthy in these times, especially me, because I work in a nursing home, and it's vital that I stay healthy in these times. But yeah, it was nice seeing everybody again. I was able to get down there and back again safely, so that's nice. So sorry for your loss. It's okay. Hey, Cody, welcome to the stream. Haven't seen you in a while. I really need to just find an excuse to talk to you for no reason in particular, just to chat for a bit. We don't talk nearly as much anymore. Makes me sad. I'm lonely. But, yeah, anyway, that happened. I just got out of my group home. Group home? That sounds like an interesting term. I'm afraid I'm not familiar with it. I think I might have heard it before, but I'm not very familiar with it. Anyways, to people's comments on my sketchies here, I was working on facial expressions for my rabbit character here. Also reworking the eyes a little bit. In some pictures, like this one, I really like it, but in other pictures, like this one and this one, and kind of this one, I don't know. I'm picky. I'm very picky about how I want my character design. This one is... I mean, the hair is too boring. Like, the shape. It's way too round. Like, I need to make it a little more, I don't know. I need to do something with it. I really like this design. I have not been able to recreate anything close to looking this good for a while. And it kind of bugs me. It really bugs me to look at that and I'm like, hey, I really like this. Unfortunately, I can't make anything better. And it sucks. I just need to draw more and get more in the habit of doing that. I was in town for like 20 minutes today. Oh, wow. 20 whole minutes? Could have done so much. What happened, Paul? Is everything alright? I'm alright. I had an uncle who passed away. He was kind of going for a while there, though, so it's not like it was a big surprise or anything. Ark. Yes, that is his name, except it's spelt with a C. Why is it spelt with a C? I don't know. That's just the way I always imagined his name being spelt. Oh, that's good water. I was just eating some chips and jalapeno cheddar dip. So I'm a little spicy. Hello, Mr. Paul. Hello, Mr. Sanamanda. How is it going? Anyway. Link's persona is a wolf, not a bunny. Didn't you play Twilight Princess? Didn't you play A Link to the Past? I think you need to look into the Zelda universe a little more. But yeah, this is not Link. It's Ark. He's a character from a comic I hope to eventually make, but I'm still working on how I want him to look. Like I'm mostly happy with how this looks, but again, I'm still trying to learn how to do anatomy and stuff like that. I'm working on it. Had to stop at the courthouse, get some papers notarized for closing on the sale of the house. Oh, you sold the house? Oh, good for you. Or is it closing the sale to you on the house? It's been a while since we talked, man. I don't know what's going on in your life anymore. Sorry for your loss. We're here for you. Again, he was kind of going as it was already, so it wasn't a big thing. I don't think I was really that close to him in particular. He was a fun guy, though. Like, he always had a smile, and he was always friendly. He was nice to know. A lot of members of my family are like that, though. I did not play A Link to the Past. I wasn't even born when it released. The Game Boy Advance version? Because that's the one I played. This is the furry thing that was mentioned, that last furry thing. Not quite. I mostly made him a rabbit because I thought, that would be a nice little, like, mascot character for my comic, wouldn't it? Like, just a cute bunny character. And it just kind of stayed that way. I could honestly have made him anything. Even a boat. Looking around to buy another house, but gonna try and find something more updated. That sounds about right. Though any house is a home, if you live in it. Is it chill if I do fan art of this boy? I'm loving his design. I go right ahead. I welcome it. Thank you. I appreciate the trying to think of the word. I can't think of it. I appreciate that you like it. There we go. That's a little better. I'm working on it. The rumor is out. Tubberpaw is Chris Chan. I don't know who Chris Chan is, but I'm working on it is definitely something I say a lot, but do not much of. There was a GBA version? Yeah. That was the Zelda game besides Minish Cap that came out. It also came with the addition of 4 swords. Like, 4 swords was attached to Link to the Past for the Game Boy Advance. God dang it, I already drank all my water. Yeah, bunnies are a good choice to make a cute slash badass mix. I personally think mice and bats are better. Yeah, but I needed him to be a little bit bigger than a mouse. Like, he has to still be, like, a fairly decent sized. Though I will admit, mice and bats are pretty awesome. Uh, if you've ever seen the movie Secret of Nim, that's a very, very, very fun movie. Very dark for a kids movie, but very, very fun. I really enjoyed it anyway. As for bats, I mean, we all know bats are awesome. That's why Batman is so popular. He is the knight. Quit touching me! I am the knight! Anywho. Trying to make sure I didn't miss anything in the chat. But. Ooh, excuse me. The going is good. Trying to get out of art block. I mean, that's like a constant for me. Ugh. Have you ever seen slash Redwall? I have seen the show Redwall. I really liked the first season. The second season was okay. The third season was kind of disappointing, honestly. Silverwing? I'm not sure I'm familiar with that one. Sorry to say. Yeah, for the Redwall TV or animated series, I saw the first one. Or the 3 seasons, and I liked the first one. The other two are... The second one's okay, and the third one I didn't really care much for. Mainly because they made, What was that mouse's name? Martin? I think it was Martin. They made Martin out... Like, in the first season, they made Martin out to be almost this almost mystical Arthur-like character, and then you see him in the third season, it's like, this guy doesn't really do anything. Like, his love interest does most of the work. He's just kind of there. Like, that's very disappointing. I'll remember this when anyone dies. God wills it. I'm gonna lay some truth for you, Tacitus. People really hate it when you say that. Like, I even read it in a one of our little Christian pamphlets that's like, yeah, don't say that to someone who loses somebody, because people hate it when you say that. Like, it really does not do well for them emotionally. I mean, I understand it, but I also know it's not always great to say that. So, yeah. For some reason, when I look at this, the work bard comes to mind. Work bard? Oh, you mean the word bard? I mean, he's not a bard. He's a whittle swordsman. It makes God look like a dick. Yeah, pretty much. People are already going through a lot of emotions at the time, and they really don't need someone to blame for something that happened to them. So it's like, yeah, saying that at that time's not always the best option. I mean, I'm a religious person, so, I get it, but even religious people do not like hearing that said to them when they're going through a loss. But again, like I said, with my uncle, he was already, pretty out of it. He was already pretty much heading out the door. It doesn't really affect me much when he passed away. That sounds really mean, but that's how it is. It was kind of better for him, because he was a guy who loved to talk with and visit people and just interact with people, and the last few years he has pretty much been unable to do that, and we all know that that could not have been easy for him. It was, oof. So yeah, it wasn't a big thing. Think about it this way, it's one large piece to an amazing thing. Again, I know this, Tacitus. I know this, I'm just saying people don't like to hear that. Anyway. Moving on to, happier things. So this bunny here. Yeah. I really need to work on the hair and everything. Like, it seems a little too condensed to me. What did I just click on? I think I just clicked on something and I wasn't supposed to. Shit. Damn it. Damn it, Bobby! See if I can get this back. There we go. That's better. Okay. Anyway, back to what I was saying. What was I saying? This is what happens when you don't pay attention to what you're talking about. Yeah, the character I need to work a little on. It just seems way too condensed for the character. Like, there needs to be a little bit more to it. Also, it just kind of looks like the hair's just sitting on top of his head instead of being attached to his head, which isn't great. Lots of work to do. Better hop to it. Thanks, Casey. Thank you. Love that crayon coloring effect. Yeah, I enjoy it. It's the pencil. It's a pencil here. I like drawing in pencil on my tablet, mainly because I like to use pencil when I actually draw things too. Because I always hated drawing in pen because every time I make a mistake, and I make lots of mistakes, I couldn't erase it. It was just stuck there, and I hated it. Even if I'm just like, alright, I'll just draw next to it, but I always keep looking back over at that one mistake, and I'm like, I don't like it! So I always draw in pencil. So, sketching in pencil, even on this, is still something I do a lot. And that's what I'm most comfortable with. I like doing inking, but sometimes even with that, I sometimes feel like I'm losing some of, like, what makes it so interesting to look at. I don't know. If that makes sense to anybody else. I don't know if it does. Again, I love looking up other people's, like, webcomics and stuff and seeing their art and being like, damn, I wish I could do line work like that. And I still, every time I make line work, it's just like, this is, it's looking a little flat. It's a little flat. Gotta go, see ya. Well, see you later, Salamander. I hope you enjoyed the part of the stream that you were a part of, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm the complete opposite. I love drawing with pen. Yeah. Yeah, I know several people who absolutely adore just taking out a pen and just going at it with that, and I'm like, I don't know how you can do that. I don't understand. What about when you make mistakes? I just don't make mistakes. Fuck you! I think you either need to use more light and shadow or more cross-contour lines. Yeah. I probably do. I'm working at it, okay? I would use that blank space for dynamic poses. I'm still trying to work on how the fucking face looks, dude. The poses, I'm still trying to work on my anatomy. Every time I try to work on anatomy while I'm streaming, it just... You know that feeling that you get when you're trying to draw something and then someone comes up behind you and just stands there hovering over you, watching you draw? Like, I don't mind drawing stuff when I know what I'm doing while streaming to you guys, but when I'm trying to figure out something myself, that's what it feels like to me. It just feels like I got people standing behind me, just standing over me, just looking at what I'm drawing, just silently judging me. And I'm like, can you please go away? I'm trying to do a thing. You're very distracting. But yeah, poses, I'm not good at them. I'm trying to work on them. I don't like doing them on stream when I don't know what I'm doing. Imagine every time you make a mistake, a loud bzzz sound happens. I feel like I would just go deaf to the bzzz sounds because they would be happening all the time. Like, I would be able to just start ignoring them because they would just be a constant buzz. Either that or it would drive me insane. One or the other. I'm usually pretty good at ignoring things. Except certain things. I don't know what those certain things are, but I know there's a few things out there that, no matter what, they always bug me. But anyway. You using reference? I do use references. Again, that's how I learn how to do the poses and whatnot, but I'm also still trying to learn proper anatomy and get used to that. Like drawing hands, every time I try to learn how to draw hands, I end up getting caught up with either a game or there's something going on in my life that keeps me from drawing for a while, and then I can't remember how to do the gall dang hands every single time. I mean, I love hands. I love what hands can do. I love what you can do with hands, how dynamic you can make something more so when you use hands in a certain way. Like, it's great. But they are so fucking hard to draw. Or at least until you know how to do it. And unfortunately, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do a lot of things. Again, I'm still trying to work on friggin' heads. I only judge you in the broiest of ways. Who wants pork tacos? What? I'm guessing you're having pork tacos, Abongan? But yeah, in case of this thing here, in case this thing didn't give you any indication, I've been using what are they called? I'll think of what they're called. Like facial expressions, emotional facial expressions, just sheets of those and going through them and trying to work on the character expressions just to see how they look. Again, I really like this one. I tried adding to try to make the eyes a little more interesting. I tried to add like little wrinkles here, but they just look weird. Like I come back to it and I'm like, this looks a little off. Looks a little off. My mind just clicked and now I'm able to draw everything. Show off. No, I get it. I get it. Sometimes it's easier to draw something once you do it a couple times and you just suddenly get what you're doing and then you can just draw it. Like I've seen people who do that. Still working on doing that myself. Nice drawing. Well, thank you. Are you caught up with the Digimon reboot? Unless there was a new episode that I haven't watched yet, I should be caught up with it so far. Let me take a quick look here. Let's see here. Digimon. Okay, I have not watched the latest episode. Yeah, I've only gotten up to episode 20. 21 is still have to watch that one. But, yeah, I saw the one where Angemon comes in, saves TK, then immediately turns into a Digi-Egg. And then for some reason TK cries, like he just lost a best friend. It's like, you've known him for like a second, and he just said your name. That was all the dialogue you heard from this dude. You know nothing about him. Why are you crying? I guess you could argue like maybe they have some sort of connection, but they didn't say anything in that episode, so you're just supposed to assume? I don't know. There are times where this reboot feels like if you didn't watch the original Digimon, you wouldn't understand a lot of what's going on. And then there's other times where it just feels like, no, we're completely going off the rails from the original. It's like, yeah, but you already got all the ultimates. Like, less than 20 episodes, you had all the ultimates. I still have issue with the pacing in that show. It's a good show. I like it. But I hold issue with the pacing. I've caught up with your Skies of Arcadia Legends playthrough. Oh, good. Now you get to wait until I can grind a little or something so that my characters can actually do stuff. But, yeah. Yeah, I'm probably gonna try grinding or something in Skies of Arcadia before I play it again next. How's the bridge going? It's going well. I'm a bit stuck on one part. It's Tetra's lines. I really didn't plan for this one part of the episode, so I'm kind of trying to work on it without any idea of what I wanted to do. And it's like, I don't know what to do. It's a Tetra scene, so it's gotta be really good and really funny, but it's kind of hard for me to write because I don't know what to do with it. But I'll figure it out. I always do. Seen the Age of Calamity trailers. They also have demo out today. Yeah, I've seen the trailers and I heard about the demo. I'm not going to get the demo. I'm just going to get the game when it comes out. I'm more interested in the story than the gameplay. Roasted pork a week back and have been using it for taco sandwiches and ramen ingredients. Oh, nice. And it's just become simple to me. I did this by thinking about joints like numbers. Yeah, I've heard that, but it hasn't quite clicked for me yet. Bye, Paul. I'm gonna go eat some memba berries. All right, Testus. Thank you for joining the stream. It was great having you here. Someone shows up out of nowhere, saves your life, and practically drops dead in front of you. How would you feel? I mean, he turned into an egg, so he didn't exactly die. Hi, Grace Simon. Welcome to the stream. And I don't think I said hello, Energy Rosier. So, welcome. Love your drawing. Thank you. I love it too when it works. No, that doesn't work. Sorry, I'll look at the chat again as soon as I finish sketching this out quick. I can't exactly look at this and the chat at the same time. Should download the Prinny games and stream them at some point. They're hilarious. They're on Switch. I can't. I'm sort of trying to not spend any money as much as possible. So, I don't know. I'll think about it, but I promise nothing. Check your connection again. What? Okay, the fuck? I just disconnected for like a second. That was weird. Huh. Okay. Well. Seems to be fine now. It wasn't a request, it was an order. Well, I don't work for you. But yeah, guys, I've been thinking, that doesn't look right. I was thinking, after I'm done with, the next episode, that I'd, focus working on, like, a mini comic or something. Like, just like a quick, just like a quick comic, just to get myself used to drawing and drawing stuff in comic format, so you guys would be down for that. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. What are you drawing? I am drawing a rabbit boy. He is the main character, or one of the main characters, for a comic I hopefully intend to one day make. Right now I'm planning on, after the next Wind Waker episode is done, I'm gonna make like this little mini comic, like not like a long running thing, but like sort of a, hey, I made like 12 pages of something, or maybe less. Depends on how much I want to put into it. Like, I've got an idea with like a robot or something that I had a while back, but I don't know. I'll see. See what happens. That sounds interesting to you guys. It looks like KC is in on it. Ooh, a comic? Yas! Get in that yas! Yeah, I would love that. Well, nice to hear that from you, Kenjama Rocks. I'm glad some people are looking forward to that. Anyways, Rosier, I'm drawing Ark turning his head, being surprised at something. Where would his ears go? That's one of the things about having a bunny character. It's like, where do I put the ears? Like, how would the ears go? Would they go like this? Would they go like this? Would they go like this? Like, I have no idea. Rabbit ears. They are a pain in the butt. Even more so than hands. Where would you post it? I'd probably put it on my Twitter, maybe also on DeviantArt. I don't know. Do you guys have any suggestions of where to just post comic pages? Like any comic hosting sites besides Webtoons, which I could probably post on there too. I just know of Webtoons because I go on there a lot. I've been reading Cursed Princess Club, Lore Olympus, and Room of Swords. Room of Swords is probably the most anime one. Though it is kind of convoluted with its plot and story. It's like, I feel like there's a number of holes in your story. If it wasn't for the fact that I'm very interested in what's happening, because you keep having one twist after another with your plot, so I'm enjoying it, but I feel like there's a lot of stuff that you could have improved. Also, character relations are kind of all over the place. Look, I get you like ships, but do you really have to have so many for one character? We're not talking about this or this. We're talking about this. I love that. That's a good one. I cannot unsee Bunny Link with, instead of Eggbot, Carrotbot. Oh my gosh. That's a good one. Yes, it's a good idea. Of course it's a good idea. Thank you. But yeah, if you guys have any ideas of where you think a good place to post the comic would be, that'd be nice. Again, I'd probably put it on Twitter, DeviantArt, and my Tumblr. Since that's where I put most of my stuff when I remember to. Other than that, I feel like an actual like comic reading site would probably be better, because that way you could go from one page to the next without having to go through it a weird way, like those other sites I mentioned would do. Didn't Lore Olympus handle certain advertiser-friendly topics a bit weird? Advertiser-unfriendly? You mean things like rape and mental abuse and manipulation and stuff like that? Yes, that's what happens when you have an 18-plus comic. That's what it means to have a mature comic. It does not mean, hey, there is sex here. No, it means, hey, there's shit here. Enjoy. But yeah, that's what I think a mature comic should be. Not just, oh, we say swear words and we show titties. Like, no. If anything, that's immature. A mature comic is dealing with a lot more mature issues. Which, yes, Lore Olympus has quite a bit of. Which is why I've been putting off reading the second season so far. It's scaring me, okay? There's like a lot of shit that seems like it's about to go down, and I'm worried about the main characters. I'm like, I don't want to see these characters hurt. Stop putting them in situations where they'll get hurt. Damn it. An armada full of ships heading for Arctic waters. Excuse me. But yes, to answer your question, there are some advertiser unfriendly topics, but I think it's handled in a very good way. I mean, for crying out loud, it's based off of the Greek mythology. You kind of can't get away from Greek mythology without having to deal with some of those issues. Seen Lore Olympus advertised to younger girls. I mean, I can see teenagers reading Lore Olympus. Like, again, the issues that they're dealing with are not issues that uh, teenagers would be unfamiliar with. Like, there are, like, anyone can fall into those categories, but I don't know, dude. I don't work in the advertisement of anything, so I don't know how it works exactly. All I know is I like the story, I like the characters, I have a lot of fun with the comic, so that's good enough for me. Greek gods were fucked up. Yeah. I mean, you have to remember the Greeks really enjoyed their tragedies, so they had a lot of those. Daily reminder that Zeus fucked a woman disguised as raindrops. Didn't he show up as Golden Rain? Doesn't that... Like, I might be wrong, but that sounds like way worse than just regular rain. He showed up as Golden Rain. Oh no! Why? Zeus, I'm not into it! I could be wrong on that, though. That's just something I heard, which, again, could be very off point there. But, yeah. Again, and I feel like I'm just being a broken record here. If you guys find any comic hosting sites, again, besides Webtoons, which I might put it on Webtoons, I don't know. If you find any that you think reading a comic would be good at, then let me know. Gotta go, Tyberpaw. Have a nice day. You have a nice day too, Casey. I hope you had a fun time while you were here, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Gotta fix my sitting posture here. Yeah. Webtoon comic I did read a lot was Sweet Home. I wanted to finish the rest of it on the official website, but Webtoons changed something that wanted me to pay for chapters past 7 or 8. Ooh. Wow. I know I have like a free thing that I can do, like, excuse me, each day I can read like one additional chapter, and then it's open for like 14 days after that before it closes up again behind the paywall. But Yeah, but then the comic started getting, or the webtoon started getting that specific comic on webtoon started getting a little less interesting for me. So I'm like, I don't need to keep up with this. I don't need to keep reading one chapter a day. It was kind of funny at first, but I'm sick of it now. Goodbye. Used to read Four Cut Hero. Man, that was weird. Man, was it weird. Don't think I ever heard of that one. Sounds interesting though. Yeah, my dream for my main comic, Clarithina, that's the one where Arc here is going to be in. The dream for that is basically trying to figure out how to make my own website and just have it on there, and then just like announce on Twitter, hey, new page is up, hey, new page is up, and have like a little cutout from one of the panels on a recent page that's loaded up. Like, that would be my ideal situation, but we'll see what happens. Maybe my ideal situation will change, or maybe I won't be able to do that and I'll have to do it some other way. I don't know. I cannot see the future. It is a mystery. The past is history. And today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Haha. I stole that from Kung Fu Panda. Anyway. I don't come up with a lot of original ideas. Use Wix to make a website. It's free. I know of Wix. We actually found that when I was in college, and our our design professor was like, yeah, just use that. Seems like it works really well. And we just created a quick free website. And that's worked out pretty well. Wix is probably a completely different beast than it used to be, though. So maybe it has more options that can be like webcomic friendly or something. I'm not sure. Again, haven't really looked into it myself for a long, long time. Kung Fu Panda is so good. It is ridiculously good. Like, when you first hear Jack Black plays a panda in a Kung Fu animated movie, it's like, really? That sounds... I mean, it would be interesting, but it doesn't sound like good. But no, it turns out it's absolutely amazing. So, shows what I know. Yeah, I really like the first one. The second one's really good. It's been a while since I've seen the third one. I feel like that one was pretty okay. Like, I liked it. It was pretty fun at times, but I think I liked the first two a little more, but that might have just been nostalgia. I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch the third one again sometime. Excuse me. Blech. Sorry, I just got off of work like well, I guess I didn't just get off of work. It was like almost 2 hours ago now. But a little tired after work, so anyway. That's what my plan is. Kung Fu Panda used to have a Club Penguin-esque game that I used to play a lot when I was a kid. Really? Neat. I'm not really familiar with the Club Penguin games. Or a Club Penguin game. But it's always neat to hear about games that people have played when they were a kid. I think the first video game I ever played myself was the original Mario Brothers for the NES and Duck Hunt. It also came with Duck Hunt. So I played those a lot when I was like really, really little. Those were like the first video games I ever played. Because my brothers had them. We also had an Atari, which I don't remember playing quite so much. So, I don't know. Like, I remember playing at Atari when I was visiting my grandparents a number of times. I don't remember ever playing it when we were home, though. But we had one. So, I don't know. Maybe the NES was just that much better. Maybe. Yeah, stretch my leg. Ugh. Recently got Okamiden and plan to get Okami HD. Good for you, Can't Show Me Rocks. Okamiden is my favorite DS game. Oh, good to hear, Lisa E. Also, hello, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I didn't really play Okami or Okamiden. People keep telling me it's like Zelda. I played a little bit of Okami. Like, I have the game. I played a little bit of it. It doesn't seem as Zelda-like as people seem to lead me to believe. Like, there's some similar aspects, but otherwise it still feels like a pretty different game. I don't know. I haven't played very far into it, so I don't know. Had an Atari plug-and-play controller when I was a toddler. That was probably one of the first video games I had. Oh, nice. Yeah, I know of a few plug-and-plays. I think I have a Sega one somewhere. It has, like, the second Sonic game on it and a few others. Played a few of those, but could never really get really into them because I'm very much a story type of gamer. Like, I love a game that has stories and characters and stuff like that. But games that are, like, the classic games are more gameplay and almost no story, so I end up losing interest pretty quickly when playing them. So that's how I am. Okami is fun. I have the HD remaster on Switch. Nice. Yeah, it's always fun to see a game that you really like get a HD re-release on the Switch because there's just something satisfying about that. I've got a couple games like that. I've got Tales of Vesperia, I have Grandia. Trying to think if there's any other games right now that I really like that have a HD re-release on the Switch. I'm hoping Skies of Arcadia one day gets put on the Switch because I really, really want more people to be able to play that, and I feel like being put on the Switch would absolutely boost its popularity. Like, I honestly think people will love that game. Like, you guys seem to enjoy it when I play that game, so I think people would love that game. Disgaea is a great example. You know, I have Disgaea. I have not played it. I don't know why. I want to draw this out before I lose the idea I have right now. I hate how bad I am at drawing eyes. Try it out, man. The story is fun, the gameplay is great, and the graphics are charming as hell. Again, I know all this, I just haven't gotten to it. This looks terrible. Not at all what I'm trying to go for. Oh well. Practice and try again. Forever! Don't even get me started on the music and character design. Holy shit. Yeah, the Demon Lolly is an interesting character design. I've definitely seen fan art of her everywhere. But yeah, I know a lot of people really like the music and a lot of the stuff about it. Excuse me. Hey, Diego Raga. Or should I call you Obi-Wan Kenobi? Hello there. Let's see if I can get a reference here. You know what? That one works. Of course. Of course. The specific face I use for reference is called Smug Trap. Know your meme. Like, really? Really? Seriously? This guy is one of those games I only know about because I came across some really, really questionable art of it. That's kind of how I find out about a lot of TV shows and anime. Like, whenever I'm like, gee, I wonder what TV shows and anime are good out there. And then I'm just going through Twitter following my favorite artists, and I'm like, oh, what's this from? Oh, it's from a kid show? You sure about that? You sure this is from a kid show? I mean, I know it's fan art, but really? The things people do with the things they like. It's amazing. Hey, Gerudo King. Apparently, Ganondorf is Spanish now. Or speaks in the Espanol. Anyway. Disgaea is my favorite game series ever. I already pre-ordered Disgaea 6 Special Edition. There's a Disgaea 6 now? Didn't they just come out with a 5? It seems like every time I hear about a new Disgaea game, I immediately hear about the next one coming out. Like, Hey, Disgaea 4! Oh, they made another one? By the way, Disgaea 5 will be out in a couple weeks. I'm like, wait a minute! What? What happened? Bruh, I just started Attack on Titan for the first time. I was looking for something to hold me over after the last Airbender. And holy balls, like Game of Thrones on crack. That is what I've heard. Which is probably why I don't watch it. It is, it does have an interesting, there's a lot of death. Let's just put it that way. There's a lot of death. Hey, Paul, I played the Age of Calamity demo. It's fun and beautiful. Good for you. Glad to hear about that. Disgaea 5 was 5 years ago, man. Look, buddy, when you get old, time goes by really quickly. Like you say 5 years, for me it might as well have been 5 months. It goes by pretty fast. In fact, I was kind of surprised at how slow the month of March was this year. Like, I don't know why March was so slow this year. I mean, yeah, for a lot of people it was really slow due to Corona, but because it doesn't really affect me so much, because I already live alone and I never leave my apartment, so it's not really as much of an issue to me. I mean, it affected my workplace, but that wasn't really so much as it was just, now you have to wear a mask, now you have to wear a face shield. It's like, I just put stuff on, but just put shit on my face. That's all I do. But, for some reason, March was just really, really fucking slow. What is this bump on my leg? One sec. Huh. Don't know what that is. Who knows? Maybe it's cancer. I doubt it, but we'll see if it goes away after a couple days or not. Could just be a bug bite. I don't know. It doesn't really itch. Just kind of there. Anyways. Let me tell you, it has a lot more story than Breath of the Wild. I mean, that's not saying much. Breath of the Wild didn't really have much story in it. But that's good. That's kind of the whole reason I want to play Age of Calamity, is to indulge in the story. March was slow, and now suddenly it's November. Yeah, exactly. March just seemed to drag on for a while. It was just a slag, and then, or is slag the right word? Slog. That's it. It was a slog. But yeah, suddenly it's November. It's like, wait a minute. It was just September. What happened? I mean, it's not November yet, but we're close enough to that we can almost say it is November. November is in sight. Let's put it that way. Anyway, so what are you drawing? I don't recognize the character. It's a character I made up. His name is Ark. He's a character in a story I hope to one day share with you all. A hopefully future comic story. Once I get done with Wind Waker Abridged. It's just like a Pokemon game, Breath of the Wild, just explore the world and do this. I mean, Pokemon sometimes has some story. I mean, some of the good games did, but then either they had too much story or got too handholdy or something happened. This last game certainly didn't have a lot of story to it. It was more like, hey, there's this interesting thing happening over there. You're not allowed to see it. Go away. And that was pretty much the whole game. And it's like, fuck you, game! Let me interact with the world and see things, not just be pushed away to other stuff. Damn it. What version of Disgaea do you have? What's the one on Steam? Well, let me quickly type it in here. Type in dis and that'll bring it down a bit. Disgaea PC. I have that one. I also have Disgaea 2 for the PC. Apparently. But anyway. I was going to say something. I don't remember what it was. Oh, I was going to let Gerudo King know, after my next episode, I'm going to take a break from working on my episodes to, like, make a quick, like, maybe 12-ish comic to sort of just get some practice in for drawing characters, expressions, and paneling. But yeah, that's my plan after I finish the next episodes. And release that. Then I'll be working on a short comic and then getting back to the episodes again. Then once I'm done with Wind Waker, hopefully I'll be working on this. The comic for my story here that I've called Claire Athena. At least that's the hope. Chairman Rose. Hey Leon, sorry to interrupt your championship match, but I'm about to accidentally blow up the country. Yeah, that was pretty much it. That was pretty much the story. Like, there's stuff in Gen 8 that I like, but man, did they do a poor job. Like, I love most of the Pokemon. I love a lot of the characters. I love how they set up the gym challenge with you facing instead of an Elite Four, you just fight the gym leaders in a sort of tournament style arc. Like, I really enjoyed all that, but damn, everything else was a mess. But yeah. Well, that's cool. I definitely buy it. You a funny guy. Thanks. It's not really for sale. I'm just gonna put it out there for anybody to look at. I'm very much the type of person who loves to just show all of his stuff for free, which is probably not a good business strategy, but fuck it. Yeah, with my Claire Athena comic, I might have like a Patreon thing set up or something, but that would be like for like early access to it or something like that, where you can see like pages before they're finished or stuff like that. I'm not sure. I haven't really planned it out that far yet. I'm still working on shit. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy the stuff that I do make. Because I know I enjoy making it. Anyways, I thought that was the most hilarious part of Jenny's story. Yeah, just Rose being like, I'm about to unleash the darkest day. Whoops. Yeah, bringing about the apocalypse is really gonna preserve the nation you live in. Fucking idiot. I mean, the only dumber Pokemon villain I can think of is that dumb shit from X and Y, where he's like, I'm gonna destroy most of humanity as well as all the plants and animals. Then the ecosystem is gonna die, and any people that do live through what you're doing are gonna shortly die afterward. Yeah, but I'm gonna make a utopia. It's not gonna be a utopia. That's gonna be a hell. It's just gonna be the end. You're a moron. You're an absolute moron. Like, Gen 6, like, if it wasn't for Mega Evolutions, I feel like people would really have hated that one a lot more than they did. Like, I think Mega Evolutions was, like, its only saving grace. And then they got rid of Mega Evolutions because they're idiots. Hey, you know this thing that people really like? Let's not do that. Fuck you. What would you say is your favorite and least favorite abridged series in retrospect? You mean of my abridged series? I think my least favorite is Phantom Hourglass because there's a lot of it that I really regret doing and not doing with it. I think my favorite series so far it's Wind Waker. I really enjoy what I've done with Wind Waker. My favorite character I've ever done, though, is definitely Midna. Midna is definitely my favorite character. She was fun to write. She was fun to play. Like, it was a blast. Lysander, this world is imperfect. I shall remake it in my own vision and make it as beautiful as me. Yeah, no. It takes a special kind of talent to have a dumber plan than Team Magma and Aqua. Yeah? Yeah, it does. I mean, Team Magma and Team Aqua were dumb, but they were fun dumb. Whereas Lysander and Rose were not very fun. Like, we were supposed... Like, even in Gen 6, after you defeat Lysander and you stop him from... the guy's name is Lysander, right? The one I'm thinking about from Gen 6. Again, I don't remember his name, but you put Lysander in the chat there. But anyway, yeah, the thing about that was your rival in that game, after you beat him and everything, they're like, I wonder if it was really right of us to stop Lysander. And it's like, he was going to cause the apocalypse, you dumb idiots. That is not a morality question. That is not a morality question. That is... Like, are you idiotic? It's like, oh, but, you know, there's overpopulation and all that stuff. He was going to completely cause mass genocide and eradicate the world. It's going to kill all Pokemon, which would have fucked up the ecosystem, which any humans that would have lived past that would die shortly after. So yes, stopping him was a good thing, you dumb idiot. That's one of the reasons I really don't like a lot of the rivals in Gen 6. They are so bland and boring. Especially when you just have, like, your gender other rival. Like, in Gen 3 it wasn't so great, but Gen 3 was still, you know, an early game. There wasn't really much expectation. There was a lot of other stuff to enjoy about that game besides your rival. Your rival just kind of disappeared after a while. And then Wally becomes your rival, and Wally's way more interesting. But, yeah, in Gen 3, your rival's not really that impressive. Gen 6, they're, like, extremely forgettable, except that one moment where, like, was it a good thing that we stopped Lysander? Just like, fuck you, shut the fuck up, you're a fucking idiot. But, yeah. Sorry, I went off on a bit of a tangent there, but Gen 6 just, like, it's fun in some ways, but, yeah, I mean, Team Flare, does anyone even remember Team Flare unless you're, like, specifically bringing up Gen 6? Like, they're the most forgettable team. Like, their whole gimmick is standing out and being, like, really amazing looking. But the thing is that they are the most forgettable team out of all of the Pokemon teams. It's like... like, you could not imagine a more failure of a team. When your whole thing is standing out, and you are the most forgettable thing, you failed. You've absolutely failed. But anyways, Gerudo King, I hope I answered your question. I hope you got that. Least favorite is Phantom Hourglass. Most favorite currently is Wind Waker, because I'm having fun making it. And favorite character is Midna. Xander and Ross are both rich people who have poor poo-poo brain. Apparently, yes. And the thing is, I kind of liked Ross when they introduced him. Like, he seemed to, like, really enjoy hanging out with his fans and all that kind of stuff. But then he just becomes a fucking moron. At least Team Flair's theme was pretty banging. I'm going to have to look that up again, because I don't remember it. Lysander goes, haha, world must burn. Pretty much. Ugh. Sorry, getting something out of my eye. I was just giving Ark a smug look. Midna was savage. Her and Zant worked perfectly off each other. I know! The weird thing is, I just made them both crazy, but it worked so well. Like, the dialogue when I was writing it for episode 11 just seemed to just scroll onto the page. I barely even had to think about it. It just felt like this is what these two characters would say to each other and how they would react to each other. And I loved that. And I hate that I can't do that anymore. It's like, I don't have as much of a connection with my new characters as I did with Midna. Like, Midna, I just knew exactly what she would say and how she would say it and how she would react. My new characters are a little more difficult to write. Gen 8 didn't even really need a villain. Eternatus itself was enough. I mean, you had to do something that was going to bring Eternatus about. But, yeah, I think they did kind of louse up at least that part of the game. Again, there's so much that I do like in Gen 8, but I think it was just handled really, really poorly. Did you just squeak? Holy shit, you totally did! I'm like so fucking evil. Like, he just revels in how evil he is. Quick Zant! Start another dialogue sequence before someone wonders why I can apparently hit Link, but not you. Okay, when you put me on the spot like that, it's kind of hard to come up with anything. Damn it, Zant! Now they're thinking about it! And it's all your fault! No! Yes, you're a failure! A fool! I just had so much fun with that. Like, I just broke the fourth wall and it's just like, this is... Like, I still laugh at those jokes. Like, I always... Whenever I write a joke, I always laugh at it, because if it's going to go in, it better be something I'm enjoying. Or that I'm at least laughing at. But even nowadays, I still find myself chuckling up at all this stuff, despite how many times I've seen that episode. It's just so much fun. At least the DLC has been pretty good so far. I haven't played the Tundra, but I played, what was it, Isle of Armor? Have we played the same DLC? Because, I mean, I enjoyed the Poison Girl or whatever her deal was, but then you have to go to all these random locations and just look at the scenery with your stupid bear, and then you have to get your bear up to level 70 in order to do this one thing that would get it to evolve, and it's like, what is this bullshit? So, I don't know. I didn't play a lot of the DLC, but I wasn't really impressed with it. With what I did play. Also, they finally gave us something I've been looking forward to for years, but it just feels hollow. And that is Pokemon following you. Like, I don't know what it is about that just feels bad, but it just feels bad. Also, if you have like a long Pokemon, they'll like clip through the ground, or they'll have this weird sort of movement where they... Yeah, no. It's it's not great in my opinion. Polikofu only needs to be level 30 to evolve. Ah. Well, there was something about getting him to level 70 at this one place. But anyway, like I said, I didn't play a lot of the DLC. I kind of just finished. I just like got Kubfu and walked around for a little bit and then just stopped playing. I just was not interested in playing more. Digimon did such a great job at making them follow you. That is true. I had this question. Would you like a 3D Zelda, but instead of an exploration game, have the action take whole game? I'm not talking about Hyrule Warriors, more like an improved Wind Waker Twilight. What? Like, I mean, those games are also kind of explorer games. I mean, I love Breath of the Wild. Like, Wind Waker, I have like a lot of nostalgic value to, so it's my favorite Zelda game, but Breath of the Wild is like my second favorite Zelda game. I just wish there was more story. Like, there's plenty of action in the game. There's also just a lot of exploration, a lot of stuff to do. Like, I enjoy it. I just wish there was more story. Just letting you know that for Crown Tundra, your Pokemon should definitely be at level 70. That place is a post-game activity. Ah. Well, if I ever play Sword and Shield again, I'll definitely consider that. I haven't really, I've got a long list of other games to work on besides Pokemon right now. Also learned how to bypass walking around with Kubfu. You can also just raise friendship like you normally can with other party members, or just level him up with candies that raises friendship too. Ah. Neat. Skyward Sword, but with more combos. Swords move. Oh, no. No. I don't want to go through another Skyward Sword game again. No, thank you. I hated having every single enemy be a puzzle. Like, that was just... No. On paper, it sounds good. In practice, it did not work well for me. Read the whole comment? I did read the whole comment. And with style of Space World 2000... What? Like, I read that, but I still don't get what that means. Style of Space World 2000? Stunning graphics, kind of like God of War 2018. I like the more stylized graphics in games rather than attempted realistic graphics. I thought those were I feel like stylized graphics always like just stand the test of time a lot better than stylized or that realistic graphics do. I mean, God of War does a pretty good job of, like, so far that I've seen, does a pretty good job of the graphics, but I don't know. We'll see what happens in another 5 years. They usually start looking a little worn out and old after a few years, whereas a stylized game will last for a long, long time. Like, there are still people who love Chrono Trigger. I think he means like the game is set in space. I kind of prefer the medieval style to it. Like exploring lands and stuff. I feel like I don't know, it doesn't sound quite as appealing to me. That doesn't mean it's bad, it just doesn't sound quite like a Zelda game to me. I like space games. I like games where you roam around to different planets and stuff like that, but I don't know. I wouldn't feel like a Zelda game to me or something. I don't know. I'd have to see it put into practice and whatnot, but yeah. Couldn't finish Skyward Sword because A, my Wiimote Plus controller went on the fritz, and B, the Silent Realms made my poo leave the planet. And the Silent Realms weren't that bad. Oh, hell yeah, Chrono Trigger was dope. Played it for the first time a few months back. Already want to replay it. Love the characters. Yep, it's a really good, fun game. Don't you remember the 2000 kind of pre-E3 convention, the Space World? Video of Mario 128. A little preview of Metroid Prime 1. A preview of Luigi's Mansion. I didn't really... Again, the year 2000 was when I was 10, man. Like, I A, don't remember much from when I was 10, and B, we didn't have internet, so I didn't really see any of this kind of stuff. So when all this stuff was coming out, I did not know anything about it. Ganondorf with his Jiraiya sword. Oh, you mean that preview thing? Where they were showing off the GameCube? I remember hearing about that. I like Wind Waker more. I was 10 when I got Skyward Sword. I got scared easily. I guess that's true. I guess a 10-year-old would find that a little scary. I found Goma, the first boss from Ocarina of Time, to be terrifying when I was playing that game when I was a little kid. Like, it was always fun, but it was always really scary. Because it was dark, you could hardly see anything, and it was a giant FU spider. completed Skyward Sword. Some of you don't know how to work the Motion Plus. I know how to work the Motion Plus. Like, I didn't have any problem with the motion controls on Skyward Sword. I just didn't like the game. I like Phantom Hourglass because I love the touchscreen controls. Yeah, I was a little questioning about them when I first played the game, but it got a little better as the game went on. I prefer Spirit Tracks simply because I like the story and the characters a lot more. But I think it was a little more polished than Phantom Hourglass. Also, there was no Ocean Temple. But yeah, touchscreen controls were pretty fun. Jeez, how long have I been streaming now? An hour and a half. Neat. I haven't drawn much, just these two drawings, and I wrote a word. So yeah. Let me see if I can find my other character designs for those of you who have not seen them. See if I can find them here. I mean, I guess here's an old concept design for Arc. Like, this is like one of the early concept designs. It's nice, but not quite what I was looking for. I like this one a lot more. Let me see here. What else is there? Let's see. There's this one for a character named Skuld. I think I have some better images of her. She's one of the other main characters. I think I have a better... Here we go. I love this one. And here's just a bunch of different faces and perspectives. To be fair, these faces are actually based off of a animatic I found on YouTube. It's just that the person drew the character exactly how I always imagined Skuld to be, so I just kind of learned how to draw the face by drawing the different looks that she has in the video. Then just kind of base Skuld on that. That's why this is Skuld right here. The game is Wind Waker, but I wouldn't mind a Zelda with that art style presented in those 20 seconds and with more action, sort of God of War 2018, but with Link. I guess that could kind of be fun. So I used to like playing Ocarina of Time more than Majora's Mask as a kid because no time limit. Yeah. The time limit was both fun but also irritating in Majora's Mask. Become more obsessed toward Majora's Mask. Well, Majora's Mask, despite its time limit, did have like a lot of story and characters, which made it really good. She looks great and tired. Yeah, she doesn't sleep well. Skuld is yeah. Let's just say she doesn't get a lot of sleep. There's a story reason for that, but I'm not going to go into detail right now. But yeah. Das Skuld. These are the practice drawings for the faces. Let's put more practice drawing, and then this is just Skuld right here. really, really happy with how this turned out. So now I just need to figure out how to draw them like that more often. See, do I have any other images that I can show you here? One sec. I don't think I do, but nothing wrong with looking. No, nothing really. Nothing that I can see. But yeah, that's the stuff. Stuff I draw. Fierce Deity Mask is one of the most satisfying things ever. It is pretty damn good. I don't know if I'd ever want to see it again in Legend of Zelda, because I feel like that would be too overpowered, but it was definitely, in that context, really, really damn good. Majora's Mask is still my favorite. The world is so mature and dark. You can call it one of the darkest games ever made. It has so much to say about letting go of the past and moving on. Beautiful. Yeah, it's really good. Hey, Hurricane. Did I download the demo of Hyrule Warriors? I did not. But again, you could be busy. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna wait until the game comes out to play it. I got patience. Also, I've got like a whole backlog of games that I need to go through right now. Go through anyways, so it's not like I'm short on games to play. Like this stupid thing. Seriously. Excuse me. Yeah, 3 of those games on that screen that you saw, I have not finished yet. Spider-Man I have not finished. Final Fantasy VII Remake I have not finished, and Star Wars Fallen Order I have not finished. It's there's a lot. There's a lot of games I have to go through. Seeing Deku Butler mourn his deceased son in the credits fucking broke me. Yeah, that was pretty hard. But it was so much fun to use. Best of luck. Thanks, Arcane. Hopefully I'll be able to talk to you again pretty soon. I really need to talk to my friends more, but I've just been busy and emotional, so I've had a lot of stress at work, so I kind of avoid trying to talk to people when I'm stressed out, because then I just start yelling. It's not good. So anyway, gotta buy Age of Calamity when it releases. So exciting in my mind. The Hyrule Warriors series is canon. Yeah. I mean, hopefully not the first game, because that was just a glorified fanfic. But this second game sounds like it would be really good. Majora's Mask is not forcing dark down your throat. It just shows people fear of dying and kids going around getting kidnapped and protecting their mummy father. Yeah? Yeah. Again, it's a real good game. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining me for the stream. Sorry I didn't have more to show you. Kind of just got this done, and it's just me working more on facial expressions and whatnot. But I am glad that I got to ask you your opinion on me just working on after I finish the next episode of Wind Waker, just working on a short comic to share with you guys instead of working immediately on the next episode. And sounds like you guys are really, really looking forward to that, or at least would like to see it. Don't know about looking forward to it, but you seem to think it's a fun idea. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. Hopefully I'll be able to share that with you. Hopefully Wind Waker episode. Oh geez, what episode is next? Was it 7? I think it was 7. I don't remember. But whatever number it was, I hope that you guys will enjoy watching it when it comes out. Because I know I have fun making these. Like, they are a lot of fun for me. Might be episode 8. I don't know. I don't remember. But, anyway. The first Hyrule Warriors had tits. It did. It did have those. But yeah. What the fuck? The internet is fine. Why is it randomly disconnecting? Stupid YouTube. You make me look bad. But anyway. I do hope you guys have had a wonderful stream. And I hope to see you again next time I do a stream, which might be tomorrow. I don't know. I have to see how I feel tomorrow. But anyway, now the internet's working again and I'm happy about it, I'm gonna see what happens. Also gonna try to work on the next episode script for a little bit after this stream. So anyway, my mom keeps pointing them out. Nice. All right. Anyways, love you guys. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I'll talk to you again later. See you again. Bye.